Welcome back to the BSH Brief. Today we're shining the spotlight on a teacher who's helping students turn creative ideas into reality. Whether it's producing our school's video announcements, teaching graphic design, or guiding our students through films, he brings passion and expertise to everything he does. It's Mr. Fox.
Oh, that's a great intro. Thank you.
Of course. And then also we got two students helping us out today. Why don't you introduce yourselves?
My name is Will Mowry. I'm a senior. My favorite fruit is blueberries.
Okay, perfect. I'm Hazel C. Schultz. I'm a junior. My favorite fruit is pineapple.
Perfect.
What's your favorite fruit, kid?
Oh, my favorite fruit's watermelon, easily.
All right.
With raspberries are up there, of course. What about yourself?
Mango. I'm a mango guy.
Ooh,
Mango.
that's a good one.
Mango's popular.
Yeah.
Popular. All right, I'm very excited, Mr. Fox. Well, this is really only possible because of you. You have the studio. I came to you with the idea. You backed it. And so this podcast is really live because of you. So thank you for that, for one. And it's finally about time we've had you on.
Well, shout out to the students. This wasn't my idea. It was students. Again, this hopefully is a bit of a theme in our conversations today. But there were some students that wanted the podcast studio, and we've done some various projects with it in the past. So they did it all. I just sort of helped them along the way and put it in place, and it's good that we're using it.
Okay, good. No, I'm glad. I'm so glad because this has been really, really fun. Let's just jump right in. We usually start off by getting to know the teacher faculty a little bit better. Mr. Fox, just about you, your family, your past, your education, whatever it is. I want to hear about who is Mr. Fox.
Ooh, that's a big one. All right, so Mr. Fox here. Let's see. Teacher, this is my 23rd year teaching. I know I look young. That's hard to believe.
It's hard to believe. You look young.
Thank you. But 23 years teaching. I have a couple of kids. My wife's also a teacher at Pilot Butte. Lots of students that come here. It's great. They've had Miss Fox. My son is a first grader over at Bear Creek, and my daughter's a sixth grader at Pacific Crest. Let's see. I also, so beyond being a teacher, Hazel and I were talking about this earlier. I am a firefighter EMT, and I work on wildland fire in the summer. I also work up in Jefferson County on the ambulance and fire truck up there, and during the school year, occasionally here and there, part-time.
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah. So I have some background doing ski patrol and medical stuff like that. Technical rescue is the stuff I do on wildland fire. So we do kind of rope rescue, high angle rescue, helicopter stuff.
Yeah, ask for his helicopter videos.
You have helicopter videos?
Oh, of course.
Oh my gosh.
All you do when you're on fire is take helicopter videos. It never gets boring to look at the helicopters and watch them work. It's cool.
That's awesome. So have you firsthand helped save someone?
Sure. Yeah.
A story about that?
Well, there's most
Countless.
of those are gnarly. Mostly the stuff up in Jefferson County, so up in Madras. That's tough. That's good practice. I do that part-time, and that's really mostly keeps all my medical stuff current, keeps me practicing. That's great. On wildland fire, people ask me all the time, do you see a lot of injuries? We don't. People are really safe. We're really careful on wildland fires, and we're there for really awful things happen. Not a lot of awful. I don't have a lot of awful stories from wildland fire. It's little things like somebody having a cardiac issue or an allergy to a bee sting. And sometimes though those become big because you're the fire I was on last time was up in Washington, and it was we had to boat into where we were working. There was no car access, so somebody gets stung by a bee and they're having an allergic reaction. It was we're flying them out. It would be 4 hours to try and get them to the hospital otherwise. So minor issues that can become big are often what we deal a lot with on fire. But
what's the craziest one you've seen in Jefferson County?
Oh gosh. I mean, I've done CPR on a human. That's real. So
doesn't get much real than that.
Yeah, you get codes, you get people that have cardiac arrest and stuff. There's mostly just deal with a lot of sick people up there that use EMS as a there's not a lot of great services. It would be awesome if there were more services for people to do preventative care, and it's a lot of reactionary stuff. So we go on a lot of stuff like that.
Okay.
Fires are fun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're never good for anybody, but you like going on fires more than gnarly medical calls.
How do you even prepare for that? Are you taught to be a doctor or just to?
I'm an
say
EMT.
that? Yeah.
So, yeah, you keep that current by keep doing it. You keep practicing. You have to do continuing ed so many hours every 3 years. You renew your license, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's insane. I took CPR the class, so
Yeah.
close
Basically
enough.
on his level.
Basically-
That's there's a lot you can do with some basic first aid and stop the bleed. If anybody's looking for some, bleeding in CPR, you do that. You're you take care of those things. You're well on your way to being super, super helpful.
As an EMT, would your life be easier if everyone had those basic
Well, it sure
CPR
would be
skills
good.
and
Like
stuff.
CPR and first aid and stuff would be awesome for people to have. Like I'd take those things in high school. There's so many
Yeah.
really cool practical classes you can take in high school. Like we have those here. You can get a bunch of certs. You can get some first aid stuff, and like
Can you get certified?
we should
through
all
those
be taking
classes?
that. That would be awesome. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, be great.
No, I fully agree. I promote that class as much as I can. That was
Spanish is
really
another
fun.
one. Hazel's missing Spanish right now, but like
Wow.
I think of like some of the most practical classes and ones that I wish I did more of in high school was like Spanish. I wish I spoke Spanish. My son's in dual immersion. I'm so jealous. All right, like
I know.
being able to come out of high school speaking Spanish would be incredible.
Are you saying math hasn't been super applicable?
I don't
Your
use math a lot.
trigonometry
There's some people
the
that
daily?
would. I don't want to like get in trouble with the math teachers here, but no, I don't use anything I learned in math in high school.
Even
But
like-
that's my job. I'm not. I teach graphic design, and there's a lot of math if you're a paramedic. I don't drop a lot of the meds and deal with that stuff, but there's some crazy conversions you got to do with.
Are you certified to do that, or is it more training?
Paramedic and EMT is kind of different. Like it's just
Okay,
the
yeah.
scope of what you can do, and
Right.
whatever.
And is this mainly in the summer you're doing this?
The wildland fire stuff is in the summer.
Yeah.
And then all school year, like usually once a month ish, I'm doing a shift up in Madras. And that just kind of keeping me current. And honestly, we just don't do enough medical stuff on the wildland fires in the summer that I don't feel prepared if I'm not kind of practicing all year.
Is there any chance that you like move away from teaching in the future and go all in on that?
No, people have asked me that, like, and I don't know, like, for some people they would love a career, and like students who like talk to me about that, they're like, oh, why don't you just be a firefighter? Why don't you like? I don't know. There's parts of me that like I don't love that as a career choice for myself.
It's a lot.
You're gone a lot. Your schedule's kind of tricky. It's not always a healthy lifestyle. So I kind of like the balance that I have. I love teaching, so it's kind of a nice like I can do this in the summer and kind of part time.
That's amazing. I
You
bet
didn't know
very
that
few
one. That's
people
a new
know that.
fact.
I
Yeah,
bet very few people know that.
figured I'd drop that in there.
That's amazing. And you just went and ran the Boston Marathon.
Yeah, I'm a runner too. I like running.
Running.
Will and I talk
Unbelievable.
about
I
it
like
a lot.
to run.
Yeah, Will likes to run.
I
We're
don't.
endurance nerds. That's why we made to balance it out with Hazel here today. She's
Hey,
not
I'm not
a
good to
runner.
run either. So
Yeah, no.
You guys
No,
have
I
to make
went and
sure
ran
we
the
don't
Boston
talk about
Marathon.
running.
Yep.
that's insane. What was your time for those who know?
2:50. So that's a 6:30 pace. 6:30 mile.
And how many miles is it?
26.2.
That is crazy. That is
That's crazy
insane.
for non-runners. Like, just so you guys know,
I
That's
couldn't
pretty
even run
crazy.
one 6-minute mile.
That's unbelievable.
I don't know. It's fine. I like I'm not good. Like Will probably might beat me out in like a shorter race. Like,
Race.
but I think if I
don't
can just
know.
like war of attrition, I can hold off some of these students that are real fast here.
So you're
like, we
endurance,
go
you're
longer.
endurance.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
The old people do better in the long ones.
Oh,
That's
thank
what
Are you calling him
Thank you.
old, Will?
Yeah, he is.
No.
But there
Oh
is
my
truth to
gosh.
that. I ran in high school. This is like this goes to like one of the things Hazel and I were talking about before. When I ran, I'm way faster than I ever was in high school.
Really?
Oh yeah. Like I ran the Boston Marathon in 1999 when I was 20 in college. Like, so whatever, however many years ago that was. And I was like, I'm going to do that again someday. And I'm like half an hour faster now. Crazy faster.
You ran like a 3:20 or something.
Yeah. It wasn't a good race that time. I qualified. Anyways, I attribute so much of that to like just maturity. Like when you're in high school, whatever, like there's this thing of like, oh, I don't know, like whatever. I'm just going to go do cross country. I'm not going to try hard. Or I'm not going to like, so much of why I can like do that is like, oh, I've thought about it. And I'm mature enough to think about like the dedication that it takes or like try hard at it. And that like, I don't know, it wasn't cool in high school for certain things, right?
Yeah.
We were talking about Will Mowry's up at like 5 a.m. going up to Mount Bachelor and skiing before school. Like
Yeah.
he's a heck of a
Committed.
ski. Like he'll crush me in a Nordic ski race.
That's why I was late. My bad.
I was the fastest kid in 6th grade. Just want to put that on the table. I know it's not the
Yeah.
same level, but if
Still
we went to a
impressive.
race, I feel like I have a little bit of that still in me, you know? I
like-
take that with pride.
And it may come back around. Like that's the thing, right? Like there were years I did not run. And like it's really only been since COVID that I'm like, I'm gonna really start running more. Part of that was like balancing family and trying to do like I was racing bikes for a while, but that was like, I don't have time for that anymore. I'm
It's
gonna
a
just
lot.
run.
Yeah.
It's pretty efficient running. But like you get back to whatever. Like, but try hard. It's cool to try hard and be like, I'm gonna set a goal and do something like scary or try hard at something and then like stick to it for a while. And it's kind of fun. You'll see the progress. Running, you can really see the progress when you like start from zero, give yourself 12 weeks and you run a marathon.
I agree. Yeah, I ran up Pilot Butte like 5 times in 1 week.
Dude.
And I was going to do that like for every week, and then I didn't. It lasted 1 week, but it was a good week. That was a lot of work. But
you get a habit like that, and like you're gonna be fast, quick.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. That's amazing. Can you just give us a quick, brief overview of your classes? Don't want to linger too long, but like just for those to get to know, what do you teach, and like maybe some of your favorite moments, least favorite moments.
Yeah. So here's another one that maybe students don't know. I was an English teacher. Like that was my certification when I started teaching, and I was teaching just language arts classes.
Okay.
I still have some. Like I had you for film
as lit,
right?
Pretty much.
So I get an English class here and there. But forever I've been doing more like the tech stuff. So photography, video, web design, graphic design, things of that nature. Media arts, we can call them. I don't have any photography down. Ms. V's got all the photography, and I've kind of taken more of the video and graphics. So I teach video, graphic design right now. I have a class called Design Justice. Both of these two have been in that class. We can talk about that one. That's kind of unique.
That just unlocks something in me because I do DECA and business, whatever. And you said web design. So maybe this is a PSA to your class next year, but the Bears Cave website hasn't worked in years.
We have not had a web design class for years, fun fact.
Okay.
Right? Like we just don't offer that anymore. I don't know at any of the high schools.
That'd be such a cool class.
I feel like that's one of the skills that would be like actually applicable.
But we
later
do
in
that.
life.
So we do we do some web stuff in both, and like Ms. V does it as well in photography and graphics. We build websites. We don't have that class specifically anymore because it's just changed so much. When I first was teaching it, it was like we were using HTML and building these building these janky looking websites with code. You don't need to do that anymore. There's these like amazing templates and websites that do it all for you. And like, there's stuff that like, Mr. Glantz has got a computer science class and they're doing more like the coding behind some of the website stuff. And that's great. Like that's really valuable. But if you just want to build a basic website, even just like a commerce one, like there's sites that do it and like they come out amazing.
Canva has some great templates on
Canva.
there. Fox does too.
I'm kind of a little like anti-Canva. It's got its place.
For business, I use it a lot. Yeah. Okay. Because next year, I don't know, someone in the business classes needs to take that on because parents call us and are like, oh, I saw this on the website. We're like, we don't have that anymore. I'm sorry.
Miss Whitworth and I have talked a lot. Like we really wish like every business student would take graphics as well because like
fully
making posters,
agreed.
making logos, making graphics, like
we do that type of stuff all the time.
And like having a graphics class, like the students come to me with their Canva stuff and I'm like, oh God, this would be so much easier if you would just know graphic design and do it in Illustrator.
Oh my gosh.
Take graphic design. It's a really valuable, like it's another practical class. Like you're always going to need to build websites or posters or make a graphic or a logo. Like use it for little things like my kids' birthday invitations. I do those every year in Illustrator and it's like a fun little project. I like make them look cool. Don't just go to Canva.
I love this. Yeah, this school offers so many practical classes. Like even like just taking a semester in foods and baking. Like I'm so much more confident in the kitchen now. Like
that's another one. Everybody should have to take that. Like you got to be able to cook.
I agree. Oh my gosh.
I don't know. The microwave has served me pretty well.
Come on, Will. Yeah. No, the microwave is terrible.
I can boil water. I can microwave stuff. I think I'm set.
I'm
all microwave.
D1 microwave hater.
I don't know. Microwave mac and cheese is kind of hard to beat.
Okay. It's okay.
My family went like 4 years without microwave, and we got one. I still don't use it. I'm toaster oven all day. Yes. Toaster oven and air fryer. Yes, Hazel.
Right.
Toaster oven takes a long time.
But you know what? Quality, Will. I can't sacrifice the quality.
Is everybody taking a foods class?
Yeah, I took a baking class.
Yeah, baking bread. Like that's a great skill.
Do you have any like crazy experiences in that class?
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, I think someone in 8th grade, someone like cut their finger off. But that was just rough. But other than that, I mean, at Ben High, it's been safe.
It's awesome.
I did it freshman year.
Miss Daglish?
Yeah.
I love Mrs. Daglish.
Yeah,
there was a fire in the culinary room one of the years I was. It was before all y'all's time.
I heard about this. I also heard like Fisher Barber cut his finger at one point in time. Listen, it's a great class until you bring home your baked goods and then your family's like, all right, when's the next one? When's the next one? Can you cook at Christmas and Thanksgiving? I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
yes.
You're put to work.
Yeah, no, you get put to work quick if you're in one of those classes.
Yeah.
So
that's why you just steer clear on all fronts and you're set.
Well, then you got to do the dishes.
Steer to the microwave.
That's true. I don't mind.
I would rather cook than do the dishes. So that's my whole reason to cook. Is like, I'd way rather just.
Dishes are terrible. Well, loading or unloading dishes?
Unloading
Unloading all day.
Worse than loading. Yeah.
Whoa.
No, I'm team unloading is better.
Oh
all
yeah,
day.
unloading.
So much.
No, I'd rather just throw them in there.
Oh
Whoa. But then
I
you have to
can't do
rinse them
that.
off.
No, you really shouldn't be doing a lot of rinsing. Like just
Oh, I
We
guess
rinse.
our
You're
You're like,
dishwasher's
leave it
not
to
that
the
good.
dishwasher.
yeah, science. Like we'll get somebody in here about that. There's some real science to that.
Oh, unloading all the
I
way.
think our dishwasher's
Unloading.
older than me. I don't think it would.
That
Yeah,
could be
our
the case
dishwasher,
then.
you have to rinse them
Yeah.
off.
Get
That's
a modern
amazing.
dishwasher. Yeah,
Yeah, true.
You teach film as lit. I took film as lit.
yeah.
I love movies. So, I mean, one of the questions I had was for everyone is like,
Man.
what is your guys' favorite or favorites films?
know.
Some of your favorite films. Like even just a movie you like.
Yeah,
Hazel.
one favorite's kind of hard.
Come on.
Like that's hard to nail down.
This is the worst.
I
And,
always
like,
have like
I
my
dread
top
this
4.
question.
Right.
Yeah.
On
Just
my
think of ones
letterbox.
that
I
you've
have-
seen recently that you like.
I have them
You have a
listed, but
letterbox?
Oh, yeah.
Hazel,
Oh, they're
I
not
have a
good.
letterboxed.
You do.
Don't-
We're gonna follow each other on Letterboxd
yes,
after this.
please. I don't have any followers. And well, I have one with my friend Lucy Cox, shout out. And we have a little one called We Don't Glaze, but it's talking about because we had pottery last year and we'd watch movies while we were doing pottery and
Awesome.
we'd rate them together. But we make really extreme reviews, like pages and pages.
Oh, I like it.
But-
You're
Yeah.
speaking Kane's language over
Every
here.
movie,
Yeah.
every movie I watch, it gets logged with a review.
Yeah.
I pay for Patreon.
Oh,
It is
wow.
$50
No,
a
I am
year.
not- I am not on that
Wow.
level. But
I'm
it-
committed.
yeah, I don't know. It kind of ruins movies though, because while I'm watching them,
That's
I'm
actually
thinking,
real.
what is gonna be my review? Like, what's like a little like catchy thing I can say, and then I can't even enjoy the movie.
I have the benefit of watching all the movies we watch in Film is Lit like multiple times. So like,
God.
I've watched them and enjoyed them, and then now now I'm watching them for another purpose or whatever. Like that's kind of fun though.
Yeah. You've already taken the analysis and then you can just enjoy it a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's so true. Like as I'm watching a movie, I'm like, this movie just hit a 4. Let's see if it can get to a 4.5
know,
star.
I know.
I'm like mentally changing my score.
I
as the
rate
movie goes
everything
on.
like 3.5. Everything's a 3.5.
Same. My rating scale
No,
is
I
very
know,
even.
mine's
Like the
bad.
people's who's all go up at like 5s. People are rating all 5s on Letterboxd. You're not trustworthy. I'm not trusting
you're
your
not
reviews.
trustworthy. And then I'm like, how are you finding these movies?
You need a bulk of like 2.5s and 3s because that's the average.
Yep,
That's the average.
yep,
I'm sorry.
yep.
It's the same. Like it's okay to have a 3.5.
Exactly. That's a
That's
good
still a
score.
good movie,
Good
right.
movie. Good movie.
good
And
movie.
people
Would
don't
recommend,
understand
yeah.
this.
I think my issue is I can't tell it's a bad movie. Like I can't tell if it's like bad acting or anything. I'm just like, okay.
Interesting. So you're just there for the fun of it. You just like
I'm
it.
just like, okay, that's
Consuming,
cool.
yeah.
Like
Okay.
Groundhog Day, where it's the same day over and over. I can
like that
watch
movie?
over and over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Did you like that movie or you just?
Yeah, no, it's a good movie.
Okay.
Like I'll watch that movie.
I do like a Bill Murray.
Yeah.
All right. What about favorite films? Since I have mine locked.
Okay, yeah,
I can.
you go.
My 4 favorites on Letterboxd
Notebook.
currently is it's not The Notebook. The Notebook's a good movie though. I won't deny that.
Yeah.
Knives Out, amazing.
Yes,
Great murder
that's-
mystery.
Okay,
Wait,
yes.
like
Boom.
the original one?
Yes.
Okay.
Knives
Yeah.
Out. I've seen that
So many times. Glass
Yeah.
Onion is
So many
good.
times. Eh.
Not as
Not
good
as
though.
good.
Not
No,
as good.
No.
Secondly is
Uh-oh.
let me just
Oh,
pull
you're
up my
gonna have to look at
letterbox.
your
I have my
Letterboxd.
letterbox right here, ready always. Secondly is La La Land.
Oh, yeah.
It might be my favorite movie of all
Oh,
time.
yeah.
I drove up to
Terrible.
Seattle to see the movie with a live orchestra playing all the
No.
music.
Whoa.
Such a fun experience.
That's cool.
I love that movie. Secondly, and then thirdly is The Goonies, a classic.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I've been watching that ever since I was a child.
Yeah.
And then the 4th slot changes. Usually, it could be if I'm going comedy, Paul Blart Mall Cop or The Nice Guys. If I'm going animated, it could be Ratatouille or like
What's it
Dawn of
right
the Planet. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes right now is my
Oh,
number
wow.
4. Great movie.
Never
That's
seen.
just like on like what you rate them. Why does it? Because you watch it again. Like how does your number 4 change?
Yeah, like
Or when
top
any of
4
your-
favorites. It's kind of like who's your top artist on Spotify, you know? And so like it just changes. Like my top 3, I'm pretty cemented in, and like
So you're watching Paul Blart Mall Cop. Like
I
a
love
bunch
Paul
of
Blart
times,
Mall
and
Cop.
that's-
It's like it's when someone looks at my profile, I'm like, these are the movies I want them to know that I
they
like
speak
above
for
the rest.
you.
Yeah, this is
I
like
got it.
I kind of envision it if I could have 4 movies that I want every person on earth to watch. Like these are those 4.
Oh really?
You know, type
Paul
stuff.
Blart.
Speaking of Paul Blart Mall
made
Cop,
it.
when the second one was releasing, I was like, I don't even know, like 10 or something. I was telling my dad, we have to go to the theater like an hour early, get the best seats. It was
Blart.
opening night in Portland, Oregon.
Wow.
Like we were the only ones in the theater
You
opening
are
night for Paul
dedicated.
Blart Mall
Yeah.
Cop too.
Yeah.
And I was really disappointed in
If they do that
society.
with a live orchestra, you'd be all on it.
I would love it.
You'd drive
It's a
across the
great
country
series.
for that
Yeah.
one.
I so would. So those are mine. Those are mine.
Yeah.
That's hard.
I
That's a hard
can't,
question.
Just a movie you like.
Yeah,
just a
something
movie
recently,
you like.
Well,
maybe you've
okay.
seen.
Knives Out, that is in my top 4. I mean,
Yes.
I like, I don't know, like Sound of Music. I like classic movies that I watched
Mhm.
Classics.
in my youth, and I feel like I'll rate it above like a 4 if I listen to the soundtrack. I feel like that's when I know it's a good movie. If like I'm
Love a
listening
good
to
soundtrack.
soundtrack constantly.
That's
Musicals?
Like
You do musicals?
I like musicals. I love Challengers. Boring. I know everyone likes Challengers. Who doesn't? And the music's so good. Well, I play tennis, so every time we warm up, we listen to the soundtrack. So I think that's cemented it in me. It's a good one.
Okay.
Okay,
come
you
on,
guys
Will.
have
What
to
do you
go.
got?
Like
Can't.
the original Curious George, I think is kind of slept on.
You know, that's kind of
Whoa.
a that's
Like-
kind of a real opinion.
Okay,
Wow.
like
Can't say I've
best
seen that one.
soundtrack ever, like Jack Johnson.
Yeah, that's
Crazy
true.
Classics.
soundtrack.
They're in my
That's true.
playlist.
And then like the one where it's like on the boat and like the man in the yellow hat. Like that's just classic.
I go
Peak
back.
Yeah,
I
you
have to
can
watch
be
that
the
one.
man in the yellow hat.
I wish. Yeah. Maybe
One
that's what I'll
day.
be when I grow up.
Yeah, for Halloween.
I think I could pull it off.
Good aspiration.
100%.
Yep. That's what I'm gonna go with.
Okay, Mr. Fox,
That's hard.
favorite
man.
or favorites?
I know.
This is
I
the
know.
worst question.
I really love the ones that I teach in film as lit. Like those are some of my favorite. That's
What do
probably
you
why I
teach?
get to teach them. We always there's like 4 standard movies, and then it really depends on the semester, like what I mix in or change up. And I've really like at least the last few years have always stuck with. We start with ET, love ET, and that's really like a bit in. Like I assume most students have seen it. It's always fun when there's students that have never seen that movie, but I use it more as like, okay, you've seen this, but now let's like instead of just seeing it and absorbing it, like we talked about, now we're gonna like well, let's analyze this a little more. Let's look at these things. We watch Amelie. I love that. It's probably right up there. I put that up there in my top movies. A lot of students haven't seen that. One's great if you haven't seen it. Parasite, great movie.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I love lots of Wes Anderson movies. That's kind of cliche, but I do love Wes Anderson. And we watch Moonrise Kingdom, which I've grown to love more and more the more I've watched it. It just grows on me. So all those movies are great.
Classics. Speaking of movies, I actually I prepped. I did this as a
Yes.
business assignment.
Oh, wow.
It's a little 1-minute film that I was gonna share with you guys,
I love it.
I'm
and
ready.
the goal was just like to make a video promoting recycling. And this is what
Ooh, okay,
I
environmental
put this
club.
together
We support.
in one night.
Maybe
in
we
one
should
night.
show
Yeah,
this.
these two are
Yeah.
both in environmental club. Let's
Exactly.
see.
So
Okay.
as the film teacher, I need your review.
Okay. Oh, I like this title.
Oh my gosh, you
This looks
made it.
pro.
Yeah, he's not here yet. I don't know where he is.
Is that Iris?
That's
I'll let you know when the
Iris.
deal goes down.
Oh, the great lighting.
This
Whoa,
is
what
Drake
the
Park.
heck,
Okay,
bro?
we ran out of light for this, but this is me walking.
Yeah, I said great lighting a little too soon. What did you film this with?
My phone. There was
Yeah.
also definitely music over this, and I don't know where it is.
It's okay.
You have the money?
Yeah. Do you have the bags?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
Oh, spooky.
It's good use of audio. Whoa. Wow, this is.
Dark.
Okay, I don't know where all the music
You're gonna
went.
have to put this online. Like, there's gonna need to be a link in the bio.
In the bio to
this
go watch this
video,
film.
So, like, that y'all know what we just got to watch.
There was suspenseful music
really
over
translate
all
to a
of that.
podcast.
I've,
how
I've
great
seen it.
that
I've
was.
seen it with the music. And
Silence
it's good.
makes us think.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
I know the science makes you think. So that was for one night, not the worst. Gonna be honest.
No, pretty
Okay, I
good.
love it.
I approve.
Yeah, Mr. Fox, you have some things prepped, planned, questions, conversations.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
man.
You have some
Oh,
things we
no.
can jump into.
Yeah, I knew I was doing this, and I was like, man, what are we going to talk about? And you were like, oh, well, free form. And I'm like, I've always got things to say.
Exactly. You came prepared.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, but then I at least like Hazel. I don't know if I gave Will any of these things I want to talk about, but like we've talked about this. So design justice. Let me back up just a little bit. This is a class that I teach, and I say teach very loosely because it's not my show. Like it's a class that we created way back in the day where essentially like there were students who would be like, hey, can I be your TA? Like I really keep wanting to working on this thing that we're working on for my whatever club. Like, and it was like, it just says TA on your schedule. What's that? Like, that's not cool. Like, and it was a lot of clubs, a lot of students in clubs doing cool stuff. Like environmental club does these most amazing projects. Like, but when do they have time? Like we had a half hour at lunch. That's another topic we need to talk about.
Yes.
That's not enough time to do anything meaningful in a club. Like you got to eat too. So there's all these clubs that meet at lunch, and it was like, they're doing cool stuff. Let's create a class where we sort of like project-based, student-led, student-driven projects, things that they care about, student voice, and like that's essentially the class. Like there's not the curriculum changes year to year. It's like, what do you want? What are you fired up about? Why are you here? cool, let's work on that. And I'm going to give students tools to like gather data behind their decisions, like go gather voice, go present it in a reasonable way, like speak publicly at a school board meeting, go to your legislature and testify. Like that's the class. It's amazing. Like students get to do whatever they want to do within reason, right? But it's not me saying like, this is what we're learning today. Like I'm going to help steer the ship. I'm more a facilitator in there, and it's awesome. One of the things we're looking at now is like this idea of like the amount of homework y'all get and workload and your schedule and how like kind of overwhelming it is. Like Will's a great example, but like he's not the only one that's like got sports and activities and is trying to balance all these things that are important. Like those are healthy and good for you. And like, then you show up at school and you got a full schedule, and then you go home and you got homework, and like, there's no time. There's no time in the day.
I fully agree. Yeah. We don't, I mean, I can't really talk. I have 3 classes this
overschedule y'all.
semester.
Yeah. I mean, some of y'all, you get to be seniors.
Besides
like,
this, you know, I feel that.
Yeah,
I feel that a lot.
Oh, yeah, like
so it's not true all the time. True.
yeah, last year it was like 6 IB classes,
It's so bad.
and then probably doubling like 3 days a week, and then like during race season, especially, then you like get home from practice at like 7, and you're doing homework, and you're back up the next morning at like 6.
It's so bad. Yeah, I mean, I'm in the IB diploma, so I have a couple like IB classes. I guess more than a couple, but
Yeah.
so I mean, get a lot of homework. But I'm like, I feel like I signed up for it, so I can't complain.
Yeah.
too
I mean,
much.
that's,
Yeah.
you know, but like,
It is hard.
there's
It's
not
really
enough time.
hard.
Like we don't build in. We talked about that, and this is like goes with the lunch thing. Like we don't build time into the day for students to like take a breath, right?
Yeah.
Like lunch isn't
Go,
it.
go, go.
Like half an hour at lunch isn't it. Like you guys, I listened to the podcast the other day, long time listener.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, it's like, yeah, don't leave campus. That gives you a little more time, but like not really. Like the line at lunch, like good for them that there's more demand and it's free and it's awesome. But like, I wholeheartedly recommend the cafeteria. That said, it's still like you can't even get through the hallway with that line. Like, so you don't get half an hour at lunch. By the time you get your food, sit down, like there's not enough time to like really eat and decompress. And so like I think we need to look at the schedule and build in stuff into the schedule where you say like,
Nap
hey,
time.
we've got this time of the day where, you know, yeah, like there's nothing wrong with being like, we shouldn't call it recess, but like y'all need a little time to like after lunch, like go get some sunshine, like go outside, like shoot some hoops with your buddies, go for a little walk around campus, right? Like go to your clubs then when you know, like let eating be eating and lunch be lunch, and then have some time built into the day for like clubs and activities, or just like to go catch up with a teacher that you need to see. Because like
Totally. You
When
can't
do
do
you
it
do
during
that?
passing. Oh, I try and do it during passing all the time, and then you're late
not
to your
enough
next
time.
class.
And if I'm a teacher, like I got to go to the bathroom, and you know I need the passing period for me. Like I've got one prep period in the day, and I'm always busy. And if a student's like, "Hey, when can I come in and get help on that?" It's like, I don't know. When can you be here in the morning? Like I don't know. I've got no free time. There's no like time during the day built in for something like that. So I think like teachers would love it too. Like, hey, like build in this half-hour chunk every day or every, you know, everything but Wednesday. Like there's other schools that do this. We have room in our schedule to say like, hey, half an hour a day is this like time that you can use like office hours, like activities, clubs, like
go
that's
to
doable.
study, go to
Going-
teachers.
or like studying in the sun, like that, like the college
Anything.
model where you have that
Some
time
vitamin
built
D is
in
good for
during
you.
the day.
Yes,
and you
yes,
just
yes.
go like get outside or study or like
And if you don't, like, here's the one that really bugs me. Like, oh, you know, there's like a critique of it. Like, oh, well, what a waste of time. Like, it is not a waste of time to like go outside and shoot hoops with your buddies for half an hour in the middle of the school day because you're going to be better off in the afternoon. Like, like normalizing this idea of like play and and again, like calling it recess isn't good, but like that, why do we get rid of that? Like, we know it's good for you. High school too doesn't stop being good for you to go outside and like run off a little steam and like,
I fully agree. And like if you
Get
have
outside.
a math class later in the day, by the time you get to it, you're just so mentally
lot.
So bad.
tired and checked out. You're not going to be productive.
like we should be putting in like, you know, I don't know if maybe it's in the design and I haven't seen it. But we did give feedback to the architects back in the day, like of like, it'd be really cool to put like some of those boulders like at Alpenglow Park or like a volleyball court or basketball hoop. Like that wasn't a joke. Like those would be really great for students. Like if you had a little extra time.
yeah.
So-
Printer kicking
Yeah.
on.
And
Yeah.
all the teachers too, I feel like they complain the evening classes, no one's paying attention or ready, or they're sleepy from
Yeah.
lunch. It's like, yeah,
It's
because
hard. I'm tired at the end of the day too.
we need a reset.
We need a break. Yeah, it's too much. It's too much.
That's like it's a mental health issue, really. Like where if we're looking at school as like this, like, hey, we know from students, from you guys when you do those youth truth surveys and stuff, like we look at that stuff and like we know there needs to be more mental health interventions. Like it doesn't always have to be some Wayfinder lesson. Like no offense to those are great, but like sometimes students just need that time for themselves. Like that's a mental health intervention to say like, hey, you know what? Like take half an hour and go outside and sit with your friends in the sunshine, like, or if it's snowing, like whatever, go enjoy the beauty. Like take a minute to look at how beautiful it is out, or like
Fully
go shoot
agree.
some hoops.
Yeah,
whatever.
We need that.
We definitely lose the time to do that once we hit high
Clubs,
school.
whatever. Yeah, you just don't like those things are valuable. It's an important part of life in school, and like you need to do it.
It could probably help with burnout, senioritis, like which is very real in the like last 2 years of high school. We need to start working on
that's
this.
like that's something we're doing in design. That's the kind of thing we do in design justice. So is we gather data to show like, hey, how has homework, how has schoolwork, how has your workload affected your relationships with your family, with your friends, with like your anxiety, with your sleep. Like we have data to then present to the school board or to admin and say like, look, this is a legit issue. Here's what we think is a good solution. And we get that from talking to students and saying like, what would be so I'm passionate about the student voice because I think you guys are you're intelligent people and you're very powerful and you have good ideas and like we need to empower you to share them more.
I agree.
Design justice was definitely an incredible opportunity to be able to do that and have the time to do that.
Is that where? Because aren't you the leader of Environmental Club?
Yeah,
Is
I'm
that
one of the leaders? Hazel is too.
Oh, awesome! Did that kind of go hand in hand through design justice?
Yeah, I think I was in design justice my sophomore year.
Sounds right.
And it gave me so much time to work on projects. Like I got a lot done that year because I was able to be in that class more than I have since. And I think having an opportunity to work on that in school really allowed me to like take it to the next level.
And like, why shouldn't you get credit for that? Like he's doing like these big projects that involved research, involved like public speaking, that involved presentations and data, and like you were doing like infographics, like going to schools to advocate for stuff, soliciting from businesses, like all of those skills.
Yeah.
Again, when we talk about practical skills, like, from DECA, like similar stuff, like having to talk to adults and go solicit donations and get money and organize things. And like, man, those are all skills that everybody needs. No matter, it doesn't really matter what you're going to do. So
yeah, agreed.
it's cool. It's a cool, like you should get credit for doing that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Fully. That's amazing. Do we have any other topics before we move on to our next section?
What else is? Oh, Hazel. What else is on here? There's some that Hazel was
Hazel.
really fired up about. That when I showed her, she was like,
Come on.
Yeah, I do want to talk about that.
Okay, he was talking about 80s. We have 80 summers in our life. I thought he was talking about bringing back
Oh,
the 1980s and the summers.
That's
how
just
they were.
like the 80s summers just meant like you weren't allowed inside and like
right.
have fun. Good luck.
Yeah.
My
True,
parents
also
And then
kinda
the
neat.
lights go off.
Yeah. Wait, that sounds nice.
And we should bring that back too. But
Play, talking about, I think we did that.
yeah, we covered
Talking
that.
about being a try hard and how you should try hard.
It's good.
I was
Talk
agreeing
about
with this.
this one.
No more being nonchalant. No more thinking it's like embarrassing to try. Like, come on, guys. We're going nowhere.
Yes.
I agree with that. Try. What's the worst? You fail? Who cares?
It's bad. And like, I feel like people don't talk to one another. People just like sit and like think it's like nonchalant and cool. And they're like, oh, I'm just going to sit here. Let's talk. Let's be normal, guys.
I don't
It's
think
like,
y'all yet have listened to the Mr. Claire podcast. If you haven't, go have a listen.
Go have a
But
listen, everybody.
It was a theme from that one that I was like, yeah, I want to talk about that too. Like, I love it. Like this idea of like, no, get in there, like go out and do things and like try hard. Like that's so good. Like what? No,
Like
this
everyone has
attitude of
that
like,
potential,
oh,
like,
I don't want to like
might as well
look
try.
like I'm trying. Yeah.
You got to
No.
push yourself.
Go for it. Try things.
Yeah.
Put yourself out
I
there.
agree. That's how you win.
It's not cool to just sit out on the sideline,
I fully agree. Just do it. I know Nike, like literally just do it. A lot of people have asked me about this of like, so is this for class? Is this an assignment? Who
Yes.
wanted you to do this? Who brought this to you? I was like, literally, I just asked. And then he said yes. And so I just started doing it. Like it's as easy as that.
Yeah, that's the best too. Is like saying yes to students. Like, yeah, I don't know, whatever it's gonna be, kid.
Go
Like,
for
go
it.
for it. Like, yeah, absolutely. And then it's like, look, this is awesome.
Yeah. Same with like running the senior assassin. I just asked Taj, I was like, can I run it? And she's like, yeah, you just got to do it. You just got to do it. You can't wait for it to come to you or fall in your lap. You just go for it and do it. And odds
Yeah,
are
if
it's
you
going to
want
work
something,
out.
do it. Yeah, totally.
And generally, it's not as hard as you think it'll be.
Oh,
like once you get
fully,
started, like
fully. Starting
Yeah.
is the hardest part of
Yeah.
almost any project you're going to do.
yeah, 100%.
Once
the
you get going,
rewards of
you're
it
going.
too. Like I think about like like doing the Nordic skiing, doing like just being like, I'm going to do this podcast thing. Like, not only can you like, I mean, I know that you didn't do it to like put it on your resume, but like, well, you should put it on your resume. Like, this is a pretty awesome thing that you're doing and a skill that you have. Like, you know, getting up early and learning that dedication to doing something, trying hard, like all these things, like running the environmental club. Like, I know these folks aren't doing them because they want to like pad their resume. They're doing it because they think something they care about. And then like
Passionate.
yeah. So like, that's the best stuff is follow your passions, things that you care about, like make them something that you do.
Make it last. Yeah, and I like what we said about 80 summers. I do want to talk about that. That is like 80 summers left for.
That's what you get in
most
your
of
life,
us.
right? What was your thing about you're never getting any younger or something,
Oh yeah,
right?
you're the youngest you'll ever be right now.
Yeah, right? Seize the day kind of thing. That sounds cliche, but like
Carpe diem.
It's so true.
use your time, man. Like Mr. Claire. This is another Mr. Claire shout out, man. Great
Claire.
listen. Have a listen to that one. He's great.
Yes.
Also, heck of a runner. He won't admit it. Like I might beat him, but he's a dedicated runner.
I feel like we need a teachers running race because I'm curious.
I try to get people to come to that Sparrow 5K, and it's always just like me and Finley duking it out, but not really because he's
I think we got to like put money on it.
toying
and
with me.
have all the teachers race because there
I
could be
love it.
some.
Yes.
There's some
yes.
fast teachers
Sleepers,
out there.
yeah.
Yeah, I
could
saw
bet on
Mr.
the
Bright in the park
teachers.
yesterday.
Mr. Bright's a runner. Sure.
Yeah, he's a runner. Or
Yeah.
just like a teachers Olympics. So there's other
Oh,
games.
I love it. Yes.
Yeah.
That's a great. Well, I mean, you're graduating. This is
I
too
know.
bad. Somebody needs to take this on, as we say, of like Teachers Olympics. Somebody
torch.
We
organize
should
that.
do
It'd
it
be
like
amazing.
a field day, like in
Yeah.
elementary school, but it's a Teachers Olympics.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm down.
I wish I had one more year of just like no classes and just
Hazel,
doing
you
things
gotta
and
do this.
projects.
Okay, I'll
like
try.
this.
We're
My
putting
new
on you
design
now.
justice
Hazel's
project.
gonna carry
Come on,
on the
Hazel.
Teachers
legacy.
Olympics.
I
Okay.
love it. I love it.
That's amazing. Well, Mr. Fox, did you prepare any questions for us as the
Oh, no.
students to ask?
That's I did slip on that. Let me look at my notes here.
Or
If
even
there's
just off the
anything that-
dome,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
We've been asked about phones, dances.
Yeah. What, I'm
Attendance.
curious
Those give
what
them
y'all think about
ideas.
this phone one. Like, so if students that don't know, whatever, anybody, there is a bill going through the Oregon legislature right now. Very likely it's already passed the House and it's going on to the Senate. Likely assumed to pass there, banning cell phones in schools.
Wow.
Which like we kind of already have. There is some laws around it, which is why we're seeing kind of the crackdown now. But this is much more prescriptive and would say like you can't have them out at lunch. And so I'm curious your thoughts on that. Like, and this is part of the reason why I'm like, yeah, we need. Then if we're doing this, we better put some things like basketball courts in.
Like,
and
Give us something.
yeah, y'all like need to learn that again. Like it's a skill I feel like y'all have lost. Like that play skill, like because you do it in elementary school, you're great at it. Then it's gone away. Like my daughter's in middle school and she doesn't have a phone. She's got an Apple Watch that she can like text us. But like a lot of her friends that have phones, it's like, they're just staring at screens. Like they're losing that ability to play. Like, and I hate to see it. It's sad.
That's terrible.
Yeah, that's
I actually
sad.
hate that a lot.
But then you walk around here at lunch, it's like, man, a lot of people staring at screens,
Yeah.
like not having conversations.
Yeah.
It's true.
I see the positives in taking them away, but I feel like also sometimes it's hard. Like you can't even email people on your iPad. So it's like
No,
for
I
design
Don't
justice,
even get me
whenever I have to
started on
email
that.
people,
Yeah.
I have to email them on my phone. And so it's like some things like that are weird. And like especially if you have something going on during lunch, like a different club or something, and you want to communicate with your friends, I think that'd be difficult.
Yeah,
but
there's gonna be some.
yeah. I think it's good
Yeah,
for
there's
no
pros
phones.
and cons.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of
agreed.
cons of, you're less connected with your students and maybe your school and your friends and whatnot. You're not as present in the moment. I think there are a lot of pros. I think a cell phone's a very powerful resource. I make announcements when DECA meetings are happening to the club and coordinating with people, even checking my schedule throughout the day, checking my Canvas, things such as that, future center reminders, like all sorts of things. Even just like a safety issue, of like if an incident were to occur, of like being able to call your family. I think that's a very powerful thing. A lot of people worry about that. So it's a very powerful resource. And I think that's a really, really tough one. And I think a lot of students would be really unhappy about it.
I think like in classes, I like recognize how detrimental they are and their
Yeah.
incredible distraction. I think it makes a lot of sense there. And I also think that they definitely subtract from like in-person social interactions.
Yeah,
agreed.
I think we can all see that.
Yeah.
And so I think there definitely is something to be said for that. But then also like cell phones have become so integrated in our lives, and like I make plans through them, and
Yeah.
so I think there's definitely pros and cons, but I do agree that like limitations would be beneficial because especially like at a younger age, like I don't know, middle school, elementary school, like I would play Frisbee or something every day. And then like the kids if they're losing that to me is not a great sign.
Yeah.
I think even at our age, like, I don't think we need to be on our phones all the time.
Yeah.
We do.
No.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, like, so I'm it's a good approach, and I like this saying of like everything in moderation, including moderation, right?
Yeah.
Like, like taking them, just like cold turkey. Maybe we need to like, there's times in the day where we're, digital detoxing from them. Like, they're useful, they serve a purpose. Like, I have a phone, don't know what to do without it. But like, yeah, could we get back to some of that social interaction and talking to friends and like playing outside by eliminating them at some times of the day somehow? I don't know where the balance is, but
It's a hard balance.
Yep.
I'm glad I don't have to make
tricky.
that decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough. Well, if we move into our final segment here,
I love
these are the questions that the students really want to know. So much so that they submitted them. It's hot seat time, Mr. Fox. So we each have 3 questions we're going to ask you.
Okay.
Some maybe deeper than others, but here we go. We're jumping right in. First off, Hadley Hayes asks, what made you get into what you like? Interpret that however you want.
Yeah. Well, I think like if we're talking teaching, like I love it. Thanks, Hadley. I had some amazing teachers. Shout out to teachers. It's Teacher Appreciation Week.
Shout out teachers.
Shout out.
Yeah. Miss Morgan. Like, shout out to Miss Morgan. Maybe I'll send her this podcast. Amazing teacher. Did so much for us. Like, she is the reason I decided I'd be a teacher. I was like, that is fun. She's having fun. She made it fun. She was having fun. She enjoyed herself, I could tell. And like, I wanted to do that. Like, I wanted to talk about books and movies and like have these cool conversations and like do what we're doing now. Like, this is great. So that's how I ended up becoming a teacher. Like, awesome teachers made me want to do that.
I love it. Micaiah, who we had his film is lit.
Oh yeah.
He asked, what'd you think of Mickey 17 if you saw it?
I don't know about Micaiah's movie recommendations. I've seen his, what do we call this? The app you have?
Letterbox is, yeah.
Unimpressed. I don't know, Micaiah. Sorry, I have not seen that one.
It was good. Bong Joon-ho, same as.
Oh,
Yup,
right. We did talk about this. I do love a Bong Joon-ho, and I still haven't seen that one.
So it was pretty good. I liked it.
You guys did go watch Snowpiercer?
I'd seen Snowpiercer. I don't know if he's seen it yet, but that's a great movie also.
I love doing that thing where like if it's a director and you're like, I really like this movie of theirs, like it's fun to kind of see what else do they do. Like that's a fun way to go.
100% agree.
Get into directors and learning their style, and that's fun.
I love it. Taylor asks, do you like your last name?
Oh, Fox is such
Fox.
a great last name.
Oh, it's
I know.
awesome.
I know. It's so
And
easy.
you could play us that movie.
There's so many like easy nicknames. Like a lot of my friends just call me Foxy, not because, I'm not trying to self-promote here or anything, but that's like, it's an obvious nickname that you get.
Of course.
But like, oh, it's great. It's so easy.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Like Miss Van Jarsveld, that's hard. It's hard living right
It doesn't
there.
roll off the tongue.
She just gets a letter. You get 3 letters.
I know.
Okay. Rory asks, talk about the guac off. Is it spelled wrong?
Oh,
The guac off.
There's a guac off. I am a multiple times winner. Miss V, when you get her on, you ask her about it as well.
I
We have a
will.
guac off. Miss V's across the hall here. She's kind of like my work wife. We, as a major appreciation week, like I don't know what I do without Miss V. She's amazing. If you've never taken a class from her, take a class from her. But also like I rely on going over to her and complaining or asking questions or just like confiding in her. She's amazing. She's the best. And we have a guac off. She's not very good at cooking guac. I'll say that.
Cooking.
We don't
Cool
cook it.
diss.
Not really cooking, but yeah. So we do like a blind taste test. We were both teaching yearbook together one year, and I think it started then. And sort of like, okay, we're gonna both go make our guac, and then we'll reveal them to the students. They don't know whose is whose, and they're gonna vote. And that's essentially what the guac off is. But I think I'm leading in terms of a winning record.
Have you ever just bought guac?
You could try that. My guac is better than what you could buy though. So that's what you could try it.
Interesting.
But I don't think you would. I think mine would win. Like I'm confident that mine is better than store bought. The one year Miss
lot of
V will say she
confidence there.
made kind of like a lime soup version. It was awful.
Oh
like,
God.
too much lime, a little soupy.
Did it happen this year?
No, it still could. It needs to.
Yes.
Hey,
Yes.
Yeah,
If you
you
need a
guys are
third-
all.
if you need a
You're
third.
invited. Yep.
I'll
We'll
taste
set a
test.
date.
I'll
I can
We
taste
cook
can
up some
set a date.
guac. I can cook some guac.
It's usually
Okay.
once the
I'll make guac.
once they're done the yearbook.
Yeah.
Massive appreciation for that because that's a huge undertaking and little appreciation for that. So shout out again to
We could have a
appreciation.
live review on one of the episodes when the guac off happens.
Ooh,
We'll
some
do a guac off.
ASMR.
When you do
Guac off
her
segment?
podcast, we'll do a
I'm
guac
down.
off. We'll bring some people in. Yep.
I'm down to judge. I'll
Okay.
volunteer
Yeah.
for that.
Okay, Bella asks, what's your favorite grocery store?
That's good. Man, I really like what is it? It's Local Acres. It's out by Trader Joe's.
Never been.
It used to be Cash and Carry or something like that. I don't know.
Is
No,
it to
not
the
Cash
right
and Carry.
of Trader Joe's?
Yeah.
What was it? Yeah,
It's great.
Phyllis or
It's really great. If you haven't been in there, because you can't really get everything you need at Trader Joe's. There's a lot very snacky in there.
I love Trader Joe's.
I mean, it's great. Don't get me wrong. I love a Trader Joe's, but I come out of there and I can't cook anything. I just bought a lot of snacks.
Yeah.
Sounds like my type of cooking.
Yeah, it's like
With your microwave.
microwave
Yeah.
setup.
Yeah.
But you go next door and it's like great bulk section. They have a lot of local items, like very reasonably priced. It's a good combo. Now I don't like driving there. Like I don't go there as often as I should because I hate driving to that part of town. North of the wall, we call it, so I don't like the wildlings are out there. It's kind of hard to get over to that part of town. Game of Thrones fans. None of y'all? No?
No,
Nope.
not yet. I'm
Shoot,
trying. I'm
some
getting
of you
into it.
Folks will get that reference. So I end up going to Market of Chumps a lot. Market of Choice, sorry.
Market jumps.
It's very convenient. I like that one
Ooh,
too.
I don't know. It's kind of a
Love-
mess over there too. Driving.
Market of Choice?
Market of Choice is great.
Market of
Like,
Choice
you
is
can
great.
sit up top and have lunch. It's like a
Oh,
hidden
it's-
gem for a lunch spot.
Yeah.
It's a
You
great
know.
hangout space.
Y'all
Love
that's not a
Market
bad.
Choice.
That's a good lunch spot that I think probably is underutilized
Yeah,
by
we
Ben
go there
High
all the time, but
students.
there's
It's a lot closer than you
there's
think.
no time.
Super
we
close.
like go and then we run
it's easy
out.
to like sneak in the little like sideway over by the car wash and like
Yeah.
you can get back there pretty quick.
You can watch the construction.
You can get food. It's like you can like you get to sit up top. There's a lovely like balcony area and you can like oversee the whole grocery store.
I know,
There's a
there's, like, a
fireplace up
fire.
there. It's awesome. Like I like
Yeah.
going there for lunch with my kids. We
I
hang
know.
out there.
Mm.
Okay, Miss Spurnick says, what was your first concert?
Oh.
Man, great one, Miss Burnack. There were like there's some that I don't count. That like whatever, something in the park that my parents took me to.
yeah.
The Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. Yeah.
Never even
Ska
heard of that.
band at like Amherst College in New Hampshire, and like I don't know what year that
Wow.
would have been in the early
Name one of the
90s.
songs, and then maybe kind of a snippet here.
Oh yeah.
See if you're a
can
real
you-
fan.
Can you pull one up? Royal Oil is a classic.
Royal Oil?
Yep,
Royal Oil.
Oh, dude, it's a great jam. They're a ska band. They're a New England ska band. They're awesome.
A scout band?
Are you
or
a
ska?
Fish fan?
Ska.
Ska?
Fit,
Never
like
heard.
Fish, the
Fish.
jam band.
Yeah.
Fish.
Oh,
I
it's
like
not
him.
coming
Yeah,
up.
not
Okay.
like I'm no Mr. Ellis. Like you guys talk to him about Fish. That's another.
Okay.
He's on another level. I like Fish, but I don't listen to him like Mr. Ellis does. I don't go
Okay.
like on tour with him or anything.
Okay.
Did
okay.
he?
Oh yeah, Mr. Ellis like
Oh,
he
wow.
goes to some shows. Yeah,
Love it.
chat with him about that
Some
when you get him on.
dedication.
You pulling it up? Some
Okay,
mighty mighty
we're doing it.
Boston's.
There you go.
Oh yeah, look at that. It's got some reggae in it.
You do like to play reggae in your classes.
Yeah, that's a Friday thing.
Oh, I love it.
Okay, I'm kind of feeling that.
They've got some louder, more angry stuff too. That's just one that came to mind. But yeah, check out the Mighty
Okay.
Mighty Boston's.
Shout
Wow.
out, shout out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it.
Next up, Paige asked, "Can you gritty do the icky shuffle?"
Oh, that must have
I
just
don't even
come
know
in.
the icky
Yeah.
shuffle.
I'm not much of a dancer. I do appreciate. This is one that like I was getting like a little sweaty listening to Mr. Claire talk about like getting out on the dance floor. I don't love dancing. I don't know. I'm
It's
sorry,
tough.
Mr.
It's
Claire.
tough.
Like I
It's
have a
not
hard
for
time with
everyone.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you
But
know
what-
how to though? What
I
does
know
the
what
gritty
the
look
icky
like?
shuffle is and the
You
gritty.
know
I
what the
don't-
gritty is. Yeah, Lily was
Oh,
doing
I
yeah,
it.
heard
yeah.
that you
You were
couldn't
pretty-
do it or that you maybe failed at it.
I just didn't want to embarrass Lily. She's
of
course,
course.
of
she's
course.
pretty good at it though.
She is.
But
good
I didn't
at
want to
it.
embarrass her.
Mm.
That's awesome.
Okay. Next up, Chuck asked, "What makes him passionate about visual arts?"
Oh, great question. These are good questions. Yeah. I don't know. What I love most about teaching like a graphic design or even just video is like the student creativity and the vision and stuff that comes out of those. Like what students make, what they end up designing, and they blow me away sometimes. That's what I'm most passionate about is like seeing students discover their creativity. Like it's just another outlet, right? We have awesome outlets for creativity here. Like you can take an art class, you can do music, you can do whatever. It's just another one. Like so giving students a way to be like creative, try something, make something that like we're making things. I like that.
I fully agree.
Yeah.
All right, well, I have one final question before I get into the finale
Sure.
question. Is there any final topics, thoughts, stories before we disband this lovely conversation?
Man, I knew you would ask this one because
I think-
you know.
I think you should mention your Croc Heelys. You don't have them on, do you?
No, I do have Croc Heelys.
You have Crocules?
The students
DIY.
helped me build them with a 3D printer. So we cut a hole in some Crocs and then
Yep.
3D printed the little Heely insert. Like you can go online and somewhere and find plans to build,
Mm-hmm.
like 3D printing plan whatever. Some student had to help me with it, but a file that will essentially print you a 3D printed insert for Healy wheels, and you can make any shoes into Heelys mostly.
Where do
Get
you
myself
wear 'em?
into
Do you
trouble
wear
with
them
this.
around?
I would never. That wouldn't be safe to Healy around my classroom.
You would never do that.
You would never do
You would
that.
never
that
heel you
ever.
up right behind you and look at what you're working on.
It's an efficient way to get around on the tile, I'll tell you. Like, they're not good outdoors, but
I know, now I have to make some Boston clog.
yeah,
That should be the new thing.
they're not quite thick. They're like, they'd be
Yeah,
tricky.
yeah.
They're not thick enough. Even my Crocs have like
Crocs
a
aren't very
little
thick.
Dr. Scholl's insert so that I'm not standing on some like 3D printed thing.
That's awesome.
It's tricky.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Okay, I was wondering if you think having like kids in the school system, does that make you more passionate about like wanting to create change, or is there like specific things that you want to work on like for them?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think I was doing this stuff before I really had that like in mind, right? Like I've been doing some of the design justice stuff since my kids were so little that I wasn't really thinking about like what would be their experience in the school system. But I think it comes into play now a bit for sure. Like I think about like, how I want my students to go through school, what I would want them to experience, their day, like this middle school, right? We talked about that. Middle school, insane. Do y'all remember middle school? Like
Middle school was insane.
Yeah.
It's intense.
they go 45-minute classes, 7-period days.
No,
like
it's crazy.
you think our schedule, we're like, oh God, I feel like I run around a lot. Way worse. Not only having a wife that teaches middle school, but a daughter that's there. It's like she can't get lunch and eat in time. That's even worse for her. She doesn't like eating. She's easily distracted, and like so we pack her lunch, and then like it comes home just like she doesn't touch it. She ate some like gummy bears, and like then she's hangry. And it's like there's not enough time.
Not enough time. I agree with that.
So that one I'm particularly fired up because of my own children for sure. But like all of y'all need a little more time in your day. It's chaotic,
Yeah.
Agreed.
overscheduled.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know that I don't want to end on my Healy Crocs.
Need something.
I
have a final question, but do we have
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Okay.
I think we're ready.
The final question is, if you can give one piece of advice to the graduating class of 2025, what would it be?
Yeah, I'm going right back to the well on this one and doing the try hard. Like just go for it. Like, like whatever you care about, like make that your thing and try it and put yourself out there and do whatever you're fired up on. Like find passions. Like it doesn't have to, like whatever. If it's podcasting this week and then like a month, you're like, I don't care. Then cool, do something different. Like, but just put yourself into what you do. Like try things and try them for real and don't be shy about it.
I agree. That's amazing. Well, I'm going to say thanks for tuning in to the BSH Brief. Huge shout out to Mr. Fox for sharing their story and to our student guests for holding it down. Catch us next week with a new episode, new guests, and the same Lava Bear energy. Until next time, stay proud, stay classy, and stay brief. Bend high.
Stay brief.
That's a wrap, everybody. Good job.
Having us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Nice.